It's Week 18, the 2042 season, and the Beast of the East will take on the best of the West. The action is only moments away, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Let's go, let's go.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The regular season ends here. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Long road to get here, but now we are here. The season finale. Playoffs begin next Saturday, so it's time for one last regular season kickoff.
In Week 18, it could just be so tricky, can't it, Mike? I mean, on one side, you got teams that have the playoffs wrapped up. So Week 18, it's a chance potentially to rest some starters or maybe get them out of the game early and get geared up for next week and the start of the...
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
Well, I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards. If I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, we're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. Here now, 3rd and 5. Back to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. They get 10 yards on the hook up there, and that will be a first down.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a first down.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he will take this down close to a first down. Pickup of 9. They've got him a yard short of the sticks. He'll try and throw for it. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So, 4th down, and out comes the field goal unit. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And his guys will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good positive result.
Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
You know, some weeks, Mike, it just seems like you just can't do anything wrong. Every play, every throw, it just seems like everything goes your way. And that was certainly the case last week, throwing for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tell you what, his receivers, they're coming into every game saying, we're going to get a lot of opportunities, and their quarterback can continue to play at that high of a level. There's a lot of production to go around.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He'll try to run for it. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down. It's a first down and a gain of 13.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
Blitz coming, he'll throw it. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now, faking the give. A throw on the move is caught. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. So, instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
And now here comes the punt team, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done. The home team's offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And this is where we stand. Final weekend of the regular season is upon us. And we'll know the brackets and the seedings for the postseason at the end of the night. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. They'll look to throw. Throwing right, it's taken in. And a nice gain, getting this to about the 23-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard. Here's 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's going to go backwards again. They went to him twice in a row. The defense stops him twice in a row for loss. And now it's 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Here's a first carry for their running back, and he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll work now on second and 4. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
First and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. A quick throw that's complete on the slant. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. They'll look to throw again. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's second and 6. Back to the air one more time. Quick throw taken in. Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. And he'll manage only the 34-yard line. He's brought down after a short gain. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing now from the gun. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
And he gets it to midfield, and he gets the first down. Good run. The drive continues.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
That's a 42-yard line.
Now a give on the ground. And he'll take this one forward for about 3. And that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8.
37-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And his guys will take a 6-3 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been effective with the ball in his hands all season long, the NFL's leader among quarterbacks in touchdown score. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
It is 3rd and 10. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he is going to score a pick 6 for the touchdown. So 3rd and long, trying to pick up a first down and keep a drive going. Instead, the worst result. It goes back the other way, Greg, and the defense scores with a pick 6.
Mike, sometimes there's a fine line between being aggressive and being reckless, and I think you find yourself in 3rd and long, you're trying to make a play, but sometimes you just press a little too far, and this time it leads to the turnover and the pick 6.
Next to score, our home team 13. Visitors 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. As we head into this final stretch of games, take note. He comes into this one leading the NFL in receiving yards. Right back to the air following that pick 6. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, he'll throw. His throw left side is complete. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. Result is a first down.
This one complete, right side. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I will be right back after this. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw yet again. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
It just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. And that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. But instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a 1st down. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this 1st half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They face 2nd down and 7. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 46-yard line.
Halftime here on this final weekend of the NFL regular season. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with EA Sports. Halftime report. It's all yours, Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 2nd half straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Pretty interesting 1st half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this 2nd half gets underway. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The visitors' offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. To the right side here, pass is caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll go left side here and complete this one.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Now whistles here, and a penalty. Looks like somebody moved early up front. They motion the slot man left. They'll look to throw again. Quick throw here is complete.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Now he takes off. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Throwing right, it's taken in. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He is in. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
The PAT, up and good. And the visitors are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
And that ball incomplete over the middle.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
And now the punting unit will come on as he'll punt it away for the second time. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive. But now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
There's that man again. Another catch.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
This is a great example of the game within the game. They're making what they call Mike declaration, and that's what sets the responsibilities of all the protectors. And in this case, the Mike was the one who came, and he's unblocked, and he's able to get home. Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And they will finally get him out of bounds, but not until he's near the 45-yard line. His 8th reception of the game, and good for a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it, but he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Tight end going in motion here. Throwing now from the gun. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down. We're about ready now for the punt. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
This one complete right side. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. As he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Slot man in motion left. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. He'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. And he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. This team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On play action, he'll set up to throw. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Everything you want want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now the try for an extra point. His kick is good. And his guys will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now this team's offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man there. That's complete. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun. He'll throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. He'll drop to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run it on the inside handoff. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. They'll look to throw. Thrown left side. The catch is made. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This to get back to a 1-possession game. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. In motion, it's Jackson. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Brings up second and
I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
Man, left side, it's caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conserved, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
Now, faking the give. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down. So a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. And here we go, 4th and inches. They'll stick to the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. It's 1st down, and they'll run. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. They'll stick with him again. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Now this defense will use a 3rd and final timeout, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And his guys add on to their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Here comes the blitz as he looks, and he's going to go down. The pressure, once again, too much, and that should wrap this one up.
All right, Mike, so in this situation, a defensive coordinator has 2 options. You can sit back and play the pass, or you can be aggressive and go after the quarterback. In this case, they chose the latter, and that's why they were able to force the turnover on downs.
Here's 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They finish off the regular season in grand style. They are division champions. We'll get a home game next weekend in the wild card round of the NFL playoffs. And that'll do it for my partner Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.